Hello, I'm your captain of the 1912 Titanic swim team, Jonas Rex, and I'm here with another Ceruledge EX deck list. Before, when we were playing Ceruledge EX, I was using all of the extra abilities like a Greninja and a Regidrago, so we can go ahead and put as many cards in the discard pile as possible, and we were coupling that with Drillbur, which was really fun and original. You know, it only gets you so far after you lose the Greninja and the Regidrago, so the way that we are able to combat this going forward is we have this 2/2 Varoom and Revavroom that help you do amazing things by being able to discard these energies primarily, but if you have a low hand size, it draws you up to 6 cards in your hand. If you have 2 of those, there's a way that you can draw into more cards, maybe more Earthen Vessels and Ultra Balls that help you discard more of the energies that you have in your hand before you discard a final energy to draw up to 6 again. So it makes sure that you're not really starved for energy throughout this, and then if all of your energies are in the discard pile, that just means your Night Stretchers turn into, hey, draw up to 6. So there's lots of ways that we can utilize this Revavroom. And being that Charcadet is a very simple engine, you go Charcadet into Ceruledge, attach 1 energy. There's not a ton of investment into building up multiple Charcadets, and you only ever need 3 because your opponent knocks out 3 of them, you lost the game. So we have our 2 spaces on the bench usually for a Charcadet, 2 more for a Revavroom that evolves from a Varoom, and we usually have a space for a Fezandipiti after one of our Charcadets goes down, and a Squawkabilly if we really need a turbo out going early. Continuing that turbo kind of tempo, we have Carmine as well as 2 Professors Research. That's going to help us draw through a bunch of cards. Briar, because it does come up against single prize matchups. We have the Iono that's going to go ahead and be our main disruption going into the late game. 1 Boss's Orders. Now, I can see a big case to play 2 Boss's Orders because we discard a ton, and Boss's Orders is going to be absolutely vital if your opponent is going to be hiding behind certain walls or maybe a Pikachu. You know, we got to hit that thing twice. And Pal Pad can only get us back 1 of those, and you also have to find the Pal Pad and put it back into the deck and then find the boss again. I can definitely see a case for going forward 2 boss. Maybe you get rid of maybe some of this Gravity Mountain right here. Gravity Mountain's huge in helping us take down early Dragapults, but you know, it doesn't really come up all that often that I find myself thinking, dang, I'm glad I played this Gravity Mountain. You could definitely cut this to play, cut both of them and play 3 boss. Maybe you cut 1, play a 2nd boss, or you could even go ahead and go over here, maybe cut one of the Night Stretchers and play a 2nd boss. You can cut one of the Professor's Research and play a 2nd boss. Carmine fills that role. I wouldn't want to cut the Carmine because the reason that we're playing it as 4 of is that if we're going first, we want the highest probability that we see that in our opening hand without also having to play Call Bell for when we're going 2nd. So Carmine at 4 is where I want to stay. If we're going to cut anything, we would lower the research and possibly add more Iono, more boss. You can play a 2nd Iono, that's not the end of the world. You can play a 2nd boss, it's not the end of the world. You can completely play a different deck, it's not the end of the world. You guys can do whatever it is that you please. But if you guys want to go on this journey with me on this deck list, let's go ahead and see how it works. And then afterwards, you guys can go ahead and let me know why I'm bad at the game or what you would do differently because you're so great, you know? Love seeing those comments, and they always help me get a little bit better at the game every single time. All right, so my opponent won the toss. They selected for me to go first. I got the absolute best card that I could have gotten in the Charcadet right here. All right, so it looks like we're playing against probably a Joltik box. Our opponent is most likely going to have the Fan Rotom here. This Gravity Mountain probably not going to be very important. What it will be important for is bumping the Area 0 if that is something that they play. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a Nest Ball. Am I squawking here? I don't see a reason not to squawk, actually. The Iono sucks to lose, but we do play a Pal Pad, so we can squawk here. This is very okay. I can attach because I am going to attach there anyway. Get some energies in the discard right away, and that's beautiful. All right, we can go ahead and get down a Varoom. We can go ahead and if they are playing a Joltik build, we can get a 2nd Varoom because their attack is not going to be 4 damage. So I'm going to go ahead and just end turn here. We have 2 energies. I can use Ceruledge. And we don't have any way to guarantee a Revavroom on the following turn, so hopefully we find our way into that so that we can use these energies to turn into card draw. But if we don't have that, I think we have enough energies in the discard pile to no. What is this? It's 20 more, so that's 40. That's exactly enough to actually take a KO on a Fan Rotom. So that is possible. Okay, double Hoot getting down. It's going to help them find a bunch of cards that they need. 1 attach, easy. This Pikachu, I don't think I have a way to put damage counters on it without, oh wow, this is perfect. Couldn't have asked for anything better here. Gonna go ahead and Carmine this way. All right, Earthen Vessel, get rid of this. Grab a couple more. Drop a Chark. Go 1 of each, because I'm gonna use the Revavroom to draw a bunch of cards right now. All right, Revavroom discards draws me up to 6. Perfect, dude. We are just cooking with this, finding all our energies, getting things down. We can hold the Fez in hand until something dies. So I can just get an energy here, and we can call this a day, take our KO at 190 on the Fan Rotom. That feels good. Get our prize, and we just got to avoid this Pikachu. In all reality, maybe I can get a boss. Actually, I don't even know how many bosses I'm playing in the deck anymore, because we did just discard 1. I believe I only play 1 or 2, so we'll be able to get our boss KO on the Wellspring Ogerpon that they actually just gave us. So this thing is gonna sob. Is that their game plan here? Or they're just using it as a pivot because they know they have the Latias EX. Like, that very well could also be an option. This is gonna get rid of 3 energies on it when it attacks. And that Crispin's actually gonna make sure that it can attack. Oh, interesting. Doesn't feel like that was the play here. I think the play really was take the KO with the Pikachu. The Pikachu can tank an attack, and you can also retreat it for free on following turns. Putting the energies onto this Wellspring Mask Ogerpon means that I'm gonna KO it unless there's something that I don't see. Is it a Sparkling Crystal? It's probably a Sparkling Crystal as their A-Spec. And that does, oh my god, okay, it does 100 and also does 120 damage to 1 bench Pokemon. So it'll be 200 here. There's the energy switch that they need. What bench Pokemon are they taking out? Is it the Varoom? Is it one of my extra Charcadets? Like, I'm not too worried about that, and I'm taking a return KO on this following turn for sure. Maybe they didn't do the math on it. I have a Charcadet in hand that I could actually just replace the Charcadet that they KO with. We'll be right back in the same scenario. Yeah, that's fine with me. I'm glad I didn't get 1-hit KO'd by this Pikachu. So this Ceruledge is going to trade for 3 prizes, and that's something that I call value. We here in the biz like to determine value based off of, you know, extrinsic qualities, you know, things you can't control. Let's go ahead and attach, discard and draw. I'm still okay with this. I'll just take my 3 and we'll just sit with the big ol' hand. They don't have any stage 2s again, but this can make them uncomfortable, really can. I don't need to get a ton more energies in there, so I'm actually going to get rid of my well, actually, the big players get rid of my Squawkabilly. That way it's not a target for them. Last thing I want is for them to target down Fez and the Squawk. I don't need a Carmine, don't need a Research, don't need Stretcher right now. The extra Varoom, really just getting that is going to help me to not get donked by anything that's going to attack my bench. So we'll just get that down for the HP, but I don't feel like I need to draw with it right now, especially that we only have 10 cards left in our deck. So I'm going to hit for 230. That's a KO, 2 prizes. And now what do they KO us back with? Even if they go Crispin, what are they getting here? Yeah, they get the Mew. Not as good as the Fez right here. But they go Crispin. Mew's going to at least allow them to draw 1, assuming they attach the energy that they add to their hand. Oh, Crispin. Okay. I thought he only grabbed 1 energy, and that would have been really unfortunate. But he has 33 cards left in his deck. He's nowhere near the same position that I'm in right now. Restart for 1. All right, so what I'm looking for is a second boss, if there's even one in the deck. For all of you guys who've seen the deck profile at the beginning of this video, and you're looking at me like, no, stupid, there's no energy there. Or there's no boss. No energy. There's no boss in the deck. Of course not. You know, I didn't know that. I should have looked while I was in there. Literally just complaining about it. I should have looked. But that doesn't change our game plan too much, because we just need 1 2-prize KO. So they're probably going to try and use the Pikachu to tank that. But both of these guys, like, I can just trade from here going forward and get the KO on the Pikachu. But a boss would be awesome. That would help tremendously. Okay, so he goes another Wellspring. Playing around with this 3-card hand size. That's an attach for turn. That doesn't, is he trying to tank with the Pikachu? It's the sole purpose, it seems like. Ooh, Lily's Clefairy. Ooh, bench opens back up. Things are changing here. Ooh, a Nest Ball. What is he gonna do to me? Okay, I hope I have more than 1 boss. I feel like I do, but it's very possible that I don't. I think this original build had 2 counter catcher, 1 boss. And I think when I replaced the counter catchers, I might not have added more boss, but maybe I added a second. Maybe I am a genius. And you know, it's also possible that I'm not. So what are we, how many cards do we have in hand right now? I can draw a little bit. I can draw a little bit, draw 2 cards, see if I find one. Okay, I can Pal Pad for sure and put the boss back. That's for sure possible. The only one that I want, yeah, that. All right, so regardless of what happened, we know that there's 1 in deck now, and we know that there's 7 cards in my deck, so I actually can't Professor's Research because I just lose. I guess I do this first, right? There's no, oh, wait. I can do this, right? Just get rid of a card in my hand. Yeah, just get this, put it down. All right. Just give me a higher probability of getting there. Oh, sick. Well, you know, sometimes things just work out abundantly for you. And when they do, you don't get mad at it. You just take advantage of it and tell your opponent, you know, if you're drawing bad cards, you should stop putting bad cards in your deck. There we got the win. Their Briar coming up. I don't know if that would have possibly been useful for us. Maybe if they tried to like hoot wall us out for a 1 prize, but we had the boss to get those 2 prizes. Anyways, I'm back on Ceruledge. I really like this deck. There's maybe some room to play another boss. Definitely. We got 1,000 damage in that match. We were swinging big. Didn't necessarily need to swing so big. We could have eased up a little bit. Maybe not almost ran out of cards. But if you're not drawing through your whole deck or you're even playing Pokemon, until next time, go ahead and go in the comment section. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me why my deck sucks. I know you guys love to do it. Go ahead and tell me what I can do better. And I appreciate reading them because I take those deck ideas and I go into future decks and try and build them just a little bit better. So if you guys want to help me get better, we can all get better together. And until next time, even though I've said that about 4 times now, my name is Jonas Rex and I am your captain of the 1912 Titanic swim team.